Hello everyone, Debbie here. Welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today we're going to make two cards. Now you don't need any special equipment other than maybe a ruler, a pencil and a craft knife to make these cards. Now the base is the same, it's the layout of the final layer that is different. So I'll explain as we go along, but these are the two cards that we're going to make. So they turn out as an A fold. So they'll stand like that. And then one I've done as a Christmas tree type thing. So it looks like that from the side, the back, and the front. And the other one I've done as a birthday card. So again, it's the same thing. It's just these layouts are the only thing that's different. So all the measurements are the same for both cards. So let me show you how I have done these. So to start off with, you need a base card that is 12 inches by 6 inches. Now if you prefer centimetres, we're looking at 35 centimetres by nearly 15.5 centimetres, 15.4 centimetres. So we're going to fold that to make it a 6 by 6 card. So try and get it as square as you possibly can. And we'll just burnish that fold. So then with a ruler, open it up and mark. Let me turn it around the other way. So on the fold line, mark at 2 inches and 4 inches, like so. The beauty of this ruler is because it's got all the lines on it, you can line it all up so it's nice and square, which is great. And then repeat the process at the bottom. So it's probably a little bit hard to see on the black. Let me just pop this under here. So again, line it up and mark at 2 inches and 4 inches. Then using your craft knife and a ruler. Now this particular ruler, it's plastic on one side, but it's got a metal strip on the other. Don't try and cut on the plastic side or it will chip it away. So lining up those marks from the top to the bottom, cut between those marks. So that will give you a cut to make a piece that will flip out. Oh, I didn't press heavy enough. And do the same on the other side. I'll try and press a bit firmer this time. I think maybe I'll need a new blade. Okay, that's better. So I did a better cut that side. So that'll give you 3 pieces like that. Then what we're going to do is from that mark at the 2-inch mark to the edge of the card, we're going to cut that out. So that will give you that, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. So from the mark on the fold out to the edge, and that will then give you that. So that is your base card. Now with these 2 strips, you're going to cut these into 2-inch squares. So that piece should already be 2 inches. So now we're going to make 2-inch squares. If you have a little guillotine, obviously you can just cut them with your guillotine. So I'll get mine to show you. So you do that, mark on both sides, 2 and 4 inches, and then again lining your blade up, cut across so you'll get little squares. Now if you've got a little trimmer like this, you can cut it at 4 inches and 2 inches, and that will give you your cubes. Okay, so you'll end up with 6 pieces like this. Oh, I didn't finish cutting the other one. And your base card. Okay, so that will give you this for your base card. Then the inside mat layer, so this is going to go inside the card here. So your mat layer is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 of an inch, or I'll let you work that out in centimetres for you. About 14.5 centimetres square. And your top layer will be 5 1/2 inches square, or about 14 centimetres square. So that's going to go inside there. Then cut another piece of card, your mat card. So this one is going to go here. So your mat card, which is the black one, is 5 3/4 by 1 3/4 of an inch, or 14 1/2 by 4 1/2 centimetres. And then the decorative paper is 5 1/2 by 1 1/2 inches, or 14 centimetres by 3.7 centimetres. So that will go there. And then with all your little white pieces, you're going to mount the mat card and the top layer. So you've got the square that you cut from the side strip. Then you'll cut 6 mat layers, and they are 1 3/4 of an inch square, or 4.3 centimetres. And then cut 6 of your decorative papers, which are 1 1/2 inches square, or 3.7 centimetres. And then attach your mat cards to your little pieces on all of the parts. And the top layer, so that you'll end up with your 6 pieces like so. Now, all of that is exactly the same for both cards. So now we'll just mount these onto the base card. So I'm just using a Couture Creations all-purpose art glue. You can use double-sided tape if you prefer. When I'm using or working with mirror card or foil card, I only ever use double-sided tape. But just regular card and paper, I often use just a glue. So I'll just pop that all together. Here we go. So now this one, we're going to do the same as this card. So we're going to line up these like so. So starting down the bottom here, make sure this corner is level with that edge and the bottom is level with the bottom of the card. Then using a pencil, just draw a little line there. I've got a rubber here somewhere. I'll have to see. Oh, there it is. I've actually drawn on the card and I didn't mean to do that. So what we're going to do is add some glue inside those lines that I've just drawn. Again, you can use double-sided tape if you prefer, and then line that back up inside those lines, like so. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Now, if you're using directional paper, you need to just watch which way all the papers are going. If it's non-directional, it's a lot easier to do. So again, we're lining up with that edge and the bottom, making sure it's straight. And then again, I'll draw some lines. So you can see the faint lines there. Pop some glue in here. And then line up that again inside those pencil lines. And now we're going to repeat the same thing up the top. So lining it up at the top of the card and the edge of the card. Draw a line, add your glue or your tape and pop that into place. And then again on the other side we'll do the same. So lining it up at the top and the side, make sure the points are level. Mark it where it's going to go. Add your glue. And pop that back into place. And then we'll do the other two. So they're going to go there and there. So again, we're just going to line them up so you've got it in the middle. Now, if you want to, you can measure. So if you wanted to, you can measure. So there's your 3-inch mark on that side. And we'll just mark 3 inches on that side so that you've got those centered. So again, so I've got my zigzags going all different ways, but that's how I wanted this particular one. So just mark that there and lining this one up as well. Mark that one and then just pop your glue on here and put them into place. Like so. And that's the card just about done. So with this one, I'm going to use this on the front. So I've got some double-sided foam adhesive here. So I'm just going to pop this on my card. Now these particular papers I'm using I got from a place called Spotlight that's in Australia. So you'll have to search for papers that you like, or go through your stash. And because they're only little bits and pieces, a lot of it, you can actually use up scraps to make this card as well. And while I'm doing this, I'll let you know that I do have a couple of Facebook groups. One's called Cardmaking for Beginners and Beyond, and the other one is called Barossa Valley Crafts. So I'll add the links below in the description, and you can join if you like. There's a couple of questions to answer to join. But there's a lot of people in the group, and you can share your creations, and we're not limited to brands. We like anything branded. Okay, so now we'll just pop this one in the centre. And then this one will go inside to write the greeting on. So if you wanted to stamp it, obviously you would stamp it before you attach it into the card. So just make sure that it's going to be within the card so you can't see it when it's closed. And that's that one done. Okay, so standing, that's what it looks like when it's open. That's it from the side. Now, using exactly the same base card, we're now going to make another one. So I've done all the mats and layers and everything together. That's to go in the centre, for the sentiment. And now with this one, I'm going to make a Christmas tree shape. So we're going to do this shape. So to do that, we're just going to work out where the cards are going to go. So we'll have the 3 at the bottom, and then there'll be 2, and then there'll be 1 at the top. Okay, so now we're going to put them all into place. So similar to the other one to start off with. So lining it all up like so. Now again, if you want to, you could actually measure. So you've got them exact. So we'll just put a mark there. And we'll do the same for the other side. Okay, so that should be, pluck it up on that side a bit so that these are level. That's about it. So we'll just mark those. And we'll just put glue in those 2 places. Again, you can use double-sided tape if you prefer. Put that one in there. Just make sure when you're doing it that this centre part doesn't move from side to side. Otherwise it'll muck up the centre part. And this one will go here. And then the third one will go over those. So you can put your glue or your tape all over that piece because it's going to go over the whole thing. So lining it up at the centre in the bottom, try and getting everything in line. Push that into place. So there's the bottom part done. Now we'll go to the next layer. So for the next one, So we're going to line up there and there. So what I'm doing there is I'm basically lining up the edge of this to the edge of that gold card on the previous layer. So that will go like that. So again, we're going to mark here and pop the glue on in that space. Like so. Oops. Oh, I've moved that a bit. And then we'll do the same again for the other side. So lining it up against the gold foil card from the previous layer. It's going to go in there. You could, if you wanted to, use dimensional tape, which if you're not posting it might be okay, because otherwise it would be too thick if you were posting it. And then we'll add the last one to go on there. So just going to try and mark just a little bit there because I don't want to do it too much. And pop the glue in there. And pop that into place. Like so. And that's that done. So now we're going to put this one on the inside. So we'll pop some glue on the back. And then we want to try and line it up so you can't see it when the card is closed. So we'll probably go about there-ish. No, I'm going to go down a bit. And down a tiny bit more. And that's about it. So we'll just push that into place. Put the lid in my glue. And that's it. So there's that card. So it'll stand like that, and it will look like that from the front, that from the side. So there's two cards using the same base card, just arranging these differently to get two different cards. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please do give me the thumbs up and do subscribe if you'd like to be notified of more tutorials, and please feel free to join my Facebook groups. Thank you for joining me. Bye.